You ever just stop and think about the sheer mind boggling variety of life on this planet? I mean, from the tiniest little insect to the biggest blue whale, the animal kingdom is just, it's huge, it's sprawling, and honestly, it can feel a little chaotic. So today, we're going to create a kind of user's guide, a way to bring some order to that beautiful chaos and figure out where we fit into the whole picture.
Okay, let's just start with a number that is almost impossible to really wrap your head around. 8.7 million. That's the best guess for how many animal species are sharing the planet with us right now. And here's the kicker. Scientists think we've only actually found and named about 15% of them. It's just a staggering amount of diversity.
So yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? When you're faced with literally millions of different species, how do you even begin to find the patterns? How do you organize this massive living library so you can actually study it, understand it, and, maybe even protect it? It really is like being handed the world's most complicated puzzle and just being told, go for it.
Well, lucky for us, there's a map. And today, that's what we're going to follow. First, we'll face the chaos head-on in what we're calling an impossible library. Then we'll discover the address for life, the system we use to sort it all out. We're going to explore the basic blueprints of animal life, connect it all from phylum to friend, and finally, get into why the map matters in the real world.
Right, so let's start there, with that feeling of beautiful, disorganized chaos. Just picture nature as a library with millions and millions of books, but they're all just piled on the floor. No labels, no sections, no card catalog. That's pretty much what early biologists were up against.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We're wired to look for patterns. I mean, think about it. Whether you're organizing your music playlists or just sorting your socks, we have this deep, deep need to create order out of a mess. Science is exactly the same. That challenge of classifying all life, it taps right into that basic human instinct. Which brings us to the solution. To navigate this impossible library, scientists came up with a truly brilliant system. It's like a biological search engine for all of life. This is how we give every single living thing a unique, logical place in the grand scheme of things. The official name for this whole field is taxonomy, and the idea behind it is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You just group organisms based on what they have in common. Their body structure, their genetics, how they develop. It's the official rulebook for building the entire tree of life.
And here's how it works in practice. I love this analogy. Think of it like a cosmic address for every living thing. You start out super broad with the kingdom. So for a lion, that's Animalia, the animal kingdom. Then you get more and more specific. Its phylum is Chordata, because it has a backbone. Its class is Mammalia, order is Carnivora, and you keep narrowing it down until you get to its unique, specific name, Panthera leo. It's just a beautifully logical system.
Now, for our user's guide today, we're really going to focus on one of the most important levels here, the phylum. The best way to think of a phylum is as a fundamental body plan, kind of like a basic architectural blueprint for a whole group of animals. If you can get a handle on the major phylum, you've cracked the code to the biggest divisions in the entire animal kingdom.
Okay, so let's explore those blueprints. At the highest level, you can really think of the animal kingdom as being split into two giant groups, each with a totally different strategy for survival. It's almost like two competing superpowers. But, as you're about to see, that power is not distributed evenly at all.
And here it is. This is honestly one of the most shocking facts in all of biology. Just look at this chart. A massive, overwhelming 95% of all known animal species are invertebrates. That means animals without a backbone. Everything we usually think of as an animal, mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, us, we are all crammed into that tiny little 5% sliver. We aren't the rule, we are the exception.
So this is really the fundamental split. On one side, you have the invertebrates, no backbone. We're talking everything from insects and spiders to jellyfish and worms. On the other side, you've got us, the vertebrates, defined by our internal skeleton. And it's that backbone that allows for things like our super complex nervous systems. They're just two completely different ways to build an animal.
Okay, so we've got this abstract system of classification, these big groups, but now let's make it personal. Let's connect these big ideas directly to the animals we all know, and, well, even to ourselves. So we're going to zoom right in on our own little neighborhood in the animal kingdom, a single phylum called Chordata. This is the club that all vertebrate animals belong to. This is our blueprint. So what do all of us in this exclusive group have in common? Well, it boils down to a few key features that show up at some point in our development. We all start out with this flexible rod that, for most of us, turns into our backbone. And we have a nerve cord that becomes our brain and spinal cord. And get this, as tiny little embryos, we even share traits with fish, like gill-like slits and a tail. Seriously, these are the deep, ancient connections that tie our whole phylum together.
And this is the real aha moment. That single chordata blueprint, that one set of rules, connects this unbelievable range of animals. It's the common thread that links a salmon to a frog, to a pigeon, and to you. When you look at all the vertebrates in the world, just remember, we are all just variations on a single ancient theme. Okay, so we have this really elegant system, and it connects us to the rest of the animal kingdom in this profound way. But so what? Why does this map actually matter? What are the real-world practical consequences of being able to classify life so precisely? Well, it matters a whole lot. Understanding these relationships helps us literally trace the path of evolution itself. For conservationists, it tells them which species are the most genetically unique and the most at risk of being lost forever. It helps scientists discover new medicines by studying related animals that might have similar biology. And, crucially, it helps us track how diseases jump from animals to humans. This is not just some academic exercise. This stuff has real life-or-death implications. Ultimately, I think it all comes down to this. Every single one of those 8.7 million species is like an ancient, irreplaceable library, just filled with millions of years of evolutionary wisdom. And taxonomy, this science of classification, it's the only card catalog we have to navigate that library, to read its stories, and to learn its secrets before it's too late.
And that really leaves us with a final thought. We are living in an unbelievable time of discovery, where we're not just mapping body plans, we're mapping the actual DNA of these animals. So the question is, as our tools get sharper and our map of life gets more and more detailed, what completely unknown new branches on this incredible family tree are we about to uncover? What's next?